Hey everyone, Mama Gamer here for NerdsRUs, coming into day 2 of my YouTube world in Palworld. Let's pick up where we left off. Now, I'm not making these videos to be like some super instructional coach for Palworld. There's other YouTubers that do that. Mostly, it's just as a working mother, when I get time to play games, I really sort of picky about the games because I don't want to waste my time, and I just find Palworld to be really fun and something that I can also enjoy with my middle school son when he's also done with all of his work and whatever. So let's get on to day 2 and just continue to show my appreciation for this amazing game and my excitement for when it might be released maybe this year. Alright, so I need to readjust this. Now, this looks scary. It's not, it's fine. Yes, I want to disassemble my base. Okay. I'm thinking more this way? Get it off of that mountain. Still want it falling at the head. Oh, off the church. There we go. Okay, off the church. Get off the mountain. How far into the valley are we? Ooh, we're touching the other side. Okay. And there's a syndicate dude over there. Great. Awesome. Okay, I will just... right there. Okay, and I can always adjust it. Now, this hitbox that it comes with means that absolutely nothing can be built too close to around it, which is sometimes annoying. You can't just stick it underground. But yes, I've got all the nodes, all the ores, and that's really the super important part. And then I've got build space out here, good. Oop, dude. Ooh, possible. I do tend to build down here and just fill up this entire valley with stuff that then brings it up to the level of these rocks here so that it just builds its own little area. Yes, I know you guys are over there. You're going to be annoying. You can dodge attacks. Oh, they're so annoying. Once I set up a base properly with like filled it with pals, that's just not going to be a problem. First things first. To get myself some pals. You're going to want to have these pal beds. And yeah, you can capture the pals first and then put the beds, but you know, I'm just going to do this real quick. They're like 13 seconds each. Not that bad. And then I'm going to get pals, and when you get pals, you're going to have to put them in the pal box over there, and then that assigns them into the base. There'll be like a special pal space for the ones that are assigned to the base. Primus over there. They're fine, but not really what I'm looking for. Good. Starter base pals are going to be the Catavas, Lamballs. They can help with handiwork tasks. And Lamballs you can farm for like more materials like wool. Sparkets have handiwork. Alright, wait. I'm gonna have to switch something up for my bow. Because you just have to shoot a few of these to get their attention. They stop running away. You stop wasting your time. Now that he's in a Pal Sphere, he will heal, and he can help me catch the rest of them. Ooh. Junk Pile. These junk piles go up for them, hit F, and you can dig out resources from them, which will also include dog coins. Try that. Dog coins, you want to save these up. You can trade them away with the creepy looking big dudes. There's one actually in the abandoned church by my ore base. And he has like the multi-climate shirts and other gear that are really neat to have. They're just a different kind of trade currency in this game. Dude, where is everybody? There's supposed to be like a whole bunch over here. Usually. Pretties. Those are nice to have. Ooh, Vixies are good to have in the early game too. Especially for an archer. Alright, so I've got a Vixie now. Oh yeah, there's that Quack. Quacks are handy because they have water capabilities, which can help with a farm. Wish you could collect your arrows back. Or cancel a shot. No, you let go, you let go. But they have handiwork skills and watering skills for farmers. Nice. If there was a Catava around here, I would get a Catava too. Or as well. We're getting towards midday. I know, you're so cute. I'm sorry I peppered you with arrows. Alright. Alright, just like Minecraft, doesn't matter how high you're going, if you can land it in the water, you don't take fall damage and you're fine. If you can sink in, but check for shallow water, because that can still hurt you. Ooh, don't want to take on a Relaxosaurus just yet. There is nothing relaxed about those dudes when they get round up. There are these huts now built up around the game with NPCs that you can go talk to. They can set up some of your submissions, so go talk to them every time. Oh yeah, this is the sick pal one. 5,000 gold. Yeah, I'll get back to you. That's the Vixie I killed. Sorry, dude. Always climb a tree. Definitely put a tree between you and that. Don't have any armor or anything right now, so yeah, you know, I'm gonna play it. I feel like I'm getting annoying. Come on. Could they bring the tree down? Yes, they could. Still got me. Sometimes they can't. Alright, get. Okay. Running now. Not towards the center of the Oh yeah, that sound in the background, the crazy lady laugh, scream, screech. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if there's something in the lore about some hag or witch that's in these mountains. I've actually gone looking for the source of the sound, and I've not seen anyone or anything. Yeah, I've tried to find her. I don't know. But if you have an ore base up around these mountains, you're going to hear that crazy screaming lady. Alright, so I've got a full set, but I need these guys helping me on base more than anything. Oops, sorry. So let's look at our technology. I'm up to level 11 now. Alright, and since I've gotten a rush ore and a few of these others, like some of their features unlocked, this was a question mark like that, but now it's not, and that's always cool. Honestly, I'm not going to build his saddle. It's not really worth the resources that it takes, the leather, stone, and palladium. But I am going to get a workbench to make supplies of things later. Statue of Power. The hot springs are important for keeping your pals sane and happy. And I have the basic cloth outfit, but I'm going to want these outfits too. Furnace, yes. Nails, yes. Better tools, always. High quality workbench, please. Gate work. Not worried about that right now. Crusher, yes. Sights, yes, even if I don't use them here. Traps, you'll see why later. Since I've taken off like deteriorating things, I don't really need to spend points on the repair kit. That's a type of storage. Signs are useful. That can help keep a place warm. And that's just cozy features. 3 points left. Ladders are useful. 3-shot bow. Yeah. Okay. And I have encountered a lot more pals. And so if you've captured them, they'll be full colored. If you've seen them but not captured them, they'll be kind of grayed out. And sometimes something will show up here and you're like, whoa, where did I even see that? Well, you can go over there and check the habitat and see like, oh, well, that's a place that I've been to, so that's where I saw it, or, you know, maybe I was looking out across the way and I didn't access the area, but I saw one in that area. Nighthawks are really cool to get for early flight game. There are better birds for faster flight later, but you definitely want to get a flying POW at some point, because they can help you get around to places. Because, like, again, if you look at it, this terrain, it's not Minecraft Flat World. And sometimes flying is just easier. Alright guys, we're nearly done with this day. You look way too happy. Yeah, we'll start down here. The main ones I'm going to use for mining. Rush ores are great for stone mining, not as much for the ore. I'm not even sure that they can do ore. Good ones for like ore mining would be dig toys that I can grab from an oil tanker. No, like, that's not the right word. Looks like I'm going to need a repair bench. There we go. But you know, the offshore, like, oil rigs, yeah, that's the word, oil rig. There's the dig toys on there I like to grab, but you can find the rest of them around, like, volcanoes and the sandy deserts. Mammoris are pretty good at digging up ores, but they're also great at, like, gardening kind of stuff. Okay, let's repair that. Everything else looks okay, except that. Let's go work. And I do not like that whole concept of the meat cleaver. If you read what that says, knife for butchering pals, I'm good. No, I'm like, does that have to be the pals? Like, instead of a pet command, which is under the emojis, you know, I'm not okay with that. I'm really not okay with that. But I will take the pelt armor and the medicine bench and some chairs. Okay? Let's see, how much time we got? Dude, alright. Let's get There's something right here. Nice. I can always modify this later. Again, the important part is that you have a ceiling space and you don't want to think too much about it. Just stick a bed and a fire spot before it turns to night if you don't have any proper clothes on. What's up, Quack? Your bed's up top. We'll figure it out. They're so cute. Let's see. Now, I'm breaking all this because I probably need to start from the high side. Because otherwise it's not going to allow, like, these sorts of foods. So I need these to be taller. My Quack's just going to be, like, shaking his head, like, oh my gosh, you're mine. Alright, so from these higher spots, right there. And it makes a different sound when you gotta get these trees out of the way so I can continue building my floor space. And it'll also help me then continue building structures. And then carpet this whole valley area. Like I used to not. And it's like when you're trying to set up your farms and everything, they all like to have the four corners of the hit boxes for each item touching the ground and things like that, and so it's just easier if you level out the space. And wood is the most abundant thing around here, and so I'm just going to make everything that way. Is there a fire damage? Yes, and sometimes when there are raids, like NPC groups that come against your base, there are a few of them, like Incinerans, that will set things on fire, and that's why having a few water-type pals, like Quack over there, can really help. Because they can put those out. take hold. Alright. Next bit. I like how it auto-aligns. I do wish that there was a button so that I could scale these to like different floors, but they still align with each other. It's like here, but maybe shorter. That would be cool, but that's not really a thing right now. Maybe they'll get to it at some other point. Alright, I gotta chop these trees. 2 for 1 special. I wonder if it drains the axe more or the same doing 2 trees at once. Just curious. Alright, now you definitely want to repair your weapons because yes, the mechanic will still work, but you get you have to use more time to get the same amount of stuff, like more hits, and I don't know, my attention span just doesn't want to do that. As you get better, strength and abilities and stats and skills and tools, you'll be able to chop through your resources a lot faster. Like in one of my other worlds, I have a pickaxe that can go up to one of those giant ore nodes, and 2 or 3 hits later, the entire pile has collapsed, and I have grabbed up everything from it. Like, you get more out of each hit when you have other tools, I think. Or it's just less hits to decimate through the whole thing and then get all your resources. Sweet. Come on, let's go. Ooh, wow. Really. Okay. Now this actually will block off creatures that try to invade the rest of the base, so I don't mind to do that. Like, raiding parties, I don't know, they're ridiculous. Dude, quit sunning yourself. You're mine too, aren't you? Yep. Once again. Quit rolling around. There we go. Give you all something to do. Come help. Yeah, you're cute. Keep working. make these. Alright. You stay put. Now, will these trees grow back through the structures? Yes. Yes, they will. Does it ever get annoying? Yes, it does. Like, if you build over an ore node or something like that, it never comes back. But nah, these trees, they come back. And they're so annoying. So I just leveled up because my quack is doing work, and whenever they accomplish goals and complete tasks like I've asked them to, not only do they look adorably happy with themselves, but they gain XP, you gain XP, and every pal on your party gains XP. I think we're stone. I know there's stone this way. Not the ore, that is different. I have to go to these stone nodes over here. They are outside the base, but that's okay. I can't ever really fit all the ore and get a lot of stone. But there's like several stone ores nearby, and I don't mind picking through them myself. And we're rounding about midday on day 3. There's a new feature, and it's so new I still kind of forget about it, but C is crouch. But if you're running somewhere and you can slide down a hill, yeah, I had fun with that when I discovered that. Close. Yes. Hang gliders, so I don't die running off the cliffs. Yes. And we can, like, both work on this. If you've got a workbench, you and a pal can work on it together, or you and someone in your guild could work on it together. If you want more than that, helping to construct something, that's when you get, like, the assembly lines. They're a bit more mechanical, and they can use more hands to help out. Sweet. Love it when it tucks in like that. I don't know, it's just more satisfactory. Alright, so I gotta clear those 2 spots. Oh yeah, when you collect clothes, automatically puts them on. Nice new outfit. I kind of like the look of these early outfits. I do wish that the female characters, though, for goodness sakes, give us pants! And give us clothes that cover our bodies. Like, this is a survival situation. But, you know, I get, like, maybe fabrics are in small supply or something, so she's just got shorts on underneath her tunic. But, like, the dudes, they have pants on their outfits. They get full-on body coverage. Please do that for the ladies in these outfits, okay? Armor is armor. It's meant to protect your life, not looks, hot or anything, okay? So just don't. I would love it if female characters could be pretty in outfits that were actually practical. So as soon as I get this, that helps establish like a base floor, and that's where I would put a lot of the farming spaces. Now when you're setting up a base like you do, you want as many flat spaces as you can, and you want as many of the things that the pals are going to have to interact with, that they're capable of interacting with, all on the same floor. Because if they have to do stairs to like, oh no, do not get stuck. Jeez. If they have to like climb stairs to get to different things, that wears them out and makes them less happy and less like they want to continue to work with you and for you. So it's just make it as easy for them as possible, because they are really going to be the ones doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So help them out whenever you can. Right, there we go. That's as tall as I can get. So down here, like, I will put up my ranches, my farms, and I will put beds right next to them so that if they're a farming type, they don't have to go very far to access any of their food. Okay, so they have these feed boxes. There will be a whole series of farms that you can have, and you want to make everything as close and neat and well lit. Like they even say, make sure it's well lit and it's not cluttered, so that the pals can be happy and stuff. Farm 1 done, and I know I'm going to need a few creatures to help with that, so not just whack. I can seed and water and harvest, but creatures, they're like seeders or harvesters or waterers. There's a few that can multitask, but a thwack like is really only going to help with the watering for the most part. I don't know if they can harvest, but I know they can't seed. And you can check that. If you go to party, you can like check their stats and what they're capable of doing. But you can also check that in the palbox if they're assigned to the base. But now we can grow our own berries. It's like when I collected those berries on day 1, I not only collected berries that I could eat, I also collected berry seeds. And that's what I'm using here is the seeds. If you don't have enough seeds to work with, then it won't even let you set up one of the spots. Okay, let's go here. I'll put another in health. Technology, we're gonna want generator. Sorry, that was my ringtone. End of Star Wars. Yeah, I think that's all for right now. Okay, so wait, let's get... I need more stone, and then I can make a ranch. And the ranch is what Vixie can help with. And so anything that can farm, like the creature can farm, and it's like Vixie or a few others, they give you things. Now, the animation is kind of silly. They look like they're taking a poop. I'm not joking. But then when they do, it's not, you know, anything gross. It's like useful stuff that they give off that they drop and that you can have collected by pals or that you can collect and then you can use. It's a way to get resources without always having to go out and about to find them. Branches do take up quite a bit of space, but they can hold like 4 pals. Yeah, come over here and build it, man. Vixie, you're ready to get over here. Oh, you're harvesting? That's a good job. Everybody's working now. Come on, Thwack. Keep hammering. Put that tail into it. Kind of reminds me of a Psyduck, like, I'm not joking. I know he has the ears and everything, and there's a few features that are different. He just reminds me of Psyduck. There we go. And I want storage right here. We can put seeds and extra things into. Alright, you are going to need a feed box. Get out of the feed box. Ooh. I cannot help you. Move. Oh my gosh. Get out of the food. Go somewhere else. Silly goose. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna drop those in there. And some of those in there. That should work. They're not big eaters. You can actually check that on their stats and stuff. Alright, time to set up some walls. Now that I got a ceiling, I can put a bed. I need more wool. Oh well. Looks like I get a pal bed too. Yes, you can actually sleep on these. It's kind of silly. Alright. What is that? Day 4? So after this, I'm going to finish establishing some base spaces, but I also today want to go super crazy on collecting whatever I need for a bunch of pal spheres and collect more pals. And it looks like I've got a pal box upgrade, so like as you do things, your pal base is happy. So when I build a bed, and I'm going to need like more wool and things, I can build a bed. It's going to allow me to have other things. This is where your max number of bases will increase and the pals per base can increase. Put you here. And you here. I'm just going to put you there. Okay? Cool. Everybody's got something to do. Alright, well, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I love this game.